Hey there, Pacer fans. I'm Brendan Robertson here in the student section here at the Convocation Center known as the Main Eruption Zone. Basketball season in full effect here on the campus of USC Aiken. Be sure to check out my special sit-down with women's head basketball coach Mike Brandt here on the Pacer Sports Network. Hey there, Pacer fans. I'm Brendan Robertson. Welcome to another edition of Inside Pacer Athletics here on the Pacer Sports Network. Joined this afternoon by women's head coach Mike Brandt. Coach, thanks for taking the time out to talk with us for a few minutes. We know that you got to get on the road tomorrow to go to Francis Marion, but last night here in the Convocation Center was your home opener after playing 4 games out on the road actually, and an exhibition at College of Charleston. And last night's game, you were up 13 at halftime, and then the game changed so much in the second half. What did you learn about your team in a game like that last night against Wingate?
Well, probably I shouldn't say too much at halftime. I should just go in there and say, let's go finish it out. But you got to give Wingate some credit. They played extremely hard and kept coming after us. We just had a couple stretches in there where we could not score. We turned it over. On one stretch, we went from a 14-point lead to a 2-point lead, and in that way, had about 3 missed three-pointers and 3 turnovers. And that's kind of key. A game of basketball is a lot of runs, and so you have to learn and be able to stop the runs. And part of it is, with a young team like this, instead of trying to stop the runs with three-pointers, sometimes you give up 6, 8 points in a row. Then you got to buckle down, run good offense, maybe take it inside, get to the free throw line, make sure you score some points.
So your girls sort of had to change the way they were in their approach on the attack last night, and it looked to me the ball didn't hit the floor a lot when you got in that half-court set. They ran that full-court pressure all night, but it seemed as if, because you've got a new mix of players this season, it seemed like the flex was working pretty well, and there was a lot of screen setting and a lot of motion out there last night. It seemed like the girls were sort of all on the same page, which was sort of is that what you were sort of going for 4 games into the season?
Yeah, I think they still have a long ways to go. If you compare this team to last team, last team was so experienced in running the flex. We had a lot of opportunities where we did score. Maybe we weren't looking at the right place at the right time. And also I think, sometimes this year we run the offense to run the offense. And ideally you want to run the offense to score and get a good shot. And we've had probably more shot clock violations this year so far than we had all of last year. And part of that is, I think they're trying to run the offense, and, Coach wants them to, but we've been talking about improvising and just getting a good shot off, and it doesn't have to be necessarily out of a particular part of the offense. If you can break the offense to get a good shot, I keep trying to tell them that's why you run an offense, to get a good shot. So I think with experience, they're going to get better at that. And also I think, as we go against teams, most teams are going to press us, and they're going to try to slow us down, which they did last night. Get down here and you have 15 to 17 seconds to run the offense, and in the flex offense, that's not very long to do it. So we need to learn to attack the press a little better, get into the offense quicker, or maybe attack the press. And if we don't get in it, to run something different. When we did kind of come out of a place in the second half where we didn't score much, we set up a couple isolation plays where we ran fists, where we have our high post and our point guard coming off the screen. We were able to score off that a couple times. So maybe if we don't have such a good opportunity to run flex time-wise, we may have to do some more special plays like that.
I noticed that Triana, it seemed like, was trying to break the press on the dribble a lot, and then, as you said, she would reset a few times and put the fist in the air and sort of run a new play. How good is it to have a point guard in Triana Harris and a player like Nakia Pinckney to mix with Hannah DeGraffenried, who's had a double-double, averaging a double-double now in the season, and Catherine Kane? But how good is it to have a senior leader like Triana Harris, or she's a junior, excuse me, to come in and sort of be able to blend with all the incoming players and the transfers that you have?
Yeah, and I want to keep her a junior because I want to use her all this year and then into next year.
Take a year away from her.
But she has done a great job for us, and she played as a freshman. She started last year as a sophomore, so her experience is so valuable to us. She's a very smart player. She very seldom turns it over, but she knows how to attack, and she can attack. She's very quick. If you just watch her, you don't think that she's super quick, but I think she's deceptively quick, and she has bursts of quickness to get open. And part of a good press breaker is a good point guard that can just get it and go and attack the basket. And that's another thing I think that we need to continue to do, is keep attacking presses and keep attacking the basket like that. But she's able to see Hannah on the fast breaks when she's open like that. And also Nakia, does a good job of filling up and attacking the basket also. So it's very important for us and very valuable to have a good point guard like Triana.
Now you're getting ready tomorrow to go on the road, and you're going to open up the conference play against Francis Marion. How good is it a good thing or a bad thing? You've played on the road so far this season. You just had your home opener last night, and your team has played on the road in tough games, a win over Anderson, and also in some tournament-style play on the road, getting 2 wins in the Lady Jaguar Tip-Off Classic, and they've only played 1 home game. So how is it a good thing to start your team on the road and sort of figure out, learn what you can about them 5 games on the road?
Well, I think in this situation it is. We're going to have to go there sometime of the year anyway. And I think for us to go there, I think that, they've had not necessarily, fairly easy schedule. They beat teams by 20-some. Are they that good or not? I don't know. I know they're a good basketball team, but are they 20 points better than us? I hope not. So I think it's our advantage to go down there, that we've been in tough games, we've been in close games, we've been in pressure situations. They haven't had a close second half yet, and so I think it's easy for shooters to be relaxed and be ahead and come down fired up and drive in there and put the basket up. But hopefully we'll have it much more competitive and maybe put a little pressure on them, because hopefully this will be the first game that they have to deal with, and our experience that we've had against tough teams maybe will help us overcome that.
Well, you're 4-1 so far, and I know that me personally, we'd like to see you play a lot more games here in the Convocation Center. That's going to happen later on this season. The Pacers will open up their Peach Belt Conference play Wednesday against Francis Marion on the road. All season long, you can catch head coach Mike Brandt and the Lady Pacers right here in the Convocation Center. And all season long, you can also get live stats and free live webcasts at www.pacersports.com. Your home for the most up-to-date information on Pacer Athletics. We'll see you next time here on Inside Pacer Athletics on the Pacer Sports Network.